Good evening, YouTube. Hardball Crazy coming back with a video. Tonight, I think, is a semi-quick video. I want to show off another Hall of Fame card to my collection, a really cheap one, to be honest, and a Hall of Fame thought I had. I've had this thought uh, uh, previously, but in the recent news, it kind of popped back in my head again. But first, I'm going to show you a couple cards. These couple cards that I got these over the last some were last day within the last week, some were in the last month or two maybe. I'm just kind of showing some cards off here and there, no huge biggies. About a month or so ago, my woeful Detroit Tigers of this year, disappointing season. I think they're starting to play better, but they visit the Bronx one fateful weekend, and on Friday night, Garrett Cole was pitching one of his best games, and the Yankees just pound the crap out of the Tigers, won like 11-0 or something like that. So during the games, thought to myself, what can I do to help all the Tigers myself? So I thought, I'll buy a couple vintage Detroit Tiger cards of a player who is known as the Yankee Killer. Maybe that'll get some vibes going. It didn't work, but I did buy two cards of Frank Larry, 60 Leaf, a couple of non-tops cards, and 63 Fleer, all-star pitcher of the Tigers in the 50s and mid-50s and mid-60s. He was known as the Yankee Killer because of his knack of beating the Yankees a lot more than losing to the Yankees. Going head-to-head against the Mantles and Marises and Berras and Howards and all those players, Frank Larry won a lot of games. I have a 65 Bowman rookie card already in my PC. I think my next one I want to get of him is a 62 Post, because on that card itself, even though I do love the postcards, is that it mentions on there that he is known as the Yankee Killer. So, probably add those to my collection, even though it did not help the Tigers that weekend. Next card up is a short print variation of a star pitcher of the day, Erin Nola. I'm not a fan of the dual rookie cards, so I picked up his action variation from the 2000 Heritage. His rookie card is a picture of Michael Conforto, two pretty good players. Nola is having a pretty solid career. I would say possibly, if he has some elite seasons, I guess, coming up, or some solid seasons, really all-star caliber type seasons, he might be on the Hall of Fame highway, but that's very early. Pitchers, you can never tell. But don't sleep on him. I'm not sleeping on him, so I'm picking up a nice Nola rookie card of him before he does something spectacular, or before becomes a hobby fan. Premature to call him Hall of Fame highway, obviously, but just don't sleep on his career. That's all I'm saying. Borderline Hall of Fame famer. I think he still need a couple solid seasons left, but he has a really good career. My all-time favorite Tampa Bay Ray. Here's an autographed rookie year card of Evan Longoria. It's been injury riddled seasons last few of the Giants, but when he has played, he has played well, but he's been more injured than not. So his accumulation of stats and its WAR stat and all that is not helping him. But this is a great card to add to my collection nonetheless, of the greatest Ray of all time, Evan Longoria. I always liked him. Picked this card up over the weekend, last Sunday. I liked this set. Had it LCS had it over in his showcase, so I picked out the Mike Trout Home Field Advantage at a real good price. I think the popularity has come off a little bit on it, but I think this is a great insert set to have in my PC of a generational player, Mike Trout. Cool card. I have the Trout and Harper. I think I'm going to get some more of them, while the people are moving on to some other new players. I think they're like a case hit or so, maybe a little less, but I don't know. They're quite hard to find, harder to get. There's a lot of future Hall of Famers in these sets, so I thought I might pick up like the Mookie Betts, pick up Joey Votto, I think, is in Yadier Molina in the second series. I get like the Raffy Devers or something like that. I might start picking some of the other stars. On to my Hall of Famer. Um, I have 203 Hall of Famers, including of all capacity of players, and 183, I believe, are uh, players, and the rest are others. And I have two umpires. This make a third one. I picked up this 88 TNM, I think it is TNM umpire set. Doug Harvey picked up, was like $2-3 total. Didn't really get a bit off centered on him after I got it home, but you know what? I don't care. It's Umpire Days, Doug Harvey, add to my collection. Hall of Famer 204. There's only about a half a dozen or so, 7 or 8 or so Hall of Fame umpires. I have now Doug Harvey, Al Barlick, Jocko Conlon. I still need Nestor Shylock. I still need Bill Klim. I believe there's Cal Hubbard. And one other one I think there is. One or two other ones. But there's Doug Harvey. I kind of remember him as a kid umpiring games and All-Star games and World Series. But here's my Hall of Fame number 204. And my Hall of Fame thought. With the recent passing of longtime Dodger scout Mike Brito, who for the Dodgers scouted of Cuba, Mexico, and most notably got the Dodgers to sign Fernando Valenzuela. I got to be thinking, why aren't scouts ever recognized in the Hall of Fame? They're the lifeblood of the organization for years and years and years. We have owners, we have commissioners, we have general managers, we have managers, we have players, all in the Hall of Fame. And the Hall of Fame, even though they're not recognized as official Hall of Fame inductees, but they are celebrated each year in the Hall of Fame. The announcers, part of the Ford Frick, is honored each year at Hall of Fame weekend, part of the ceremonies. And there's like a special award for them. There's the Spank Award for sports writers every year. Yet there's never even a scout award. How come? Why is that? Scouts are the lifeblood of organization. They're the ones looking at the amateur players for the draft. They're the ones international and here locally. They're the ones GMs and the ball clubs relying on their eyes. They're the ones finding the talent beforehand. Even if after the players are in the organization, say you have a star player you want to trade away, and you look at other teams' farm systems, they're the ones scouting other teams' minor leaguers for the diamond or rough, for trades, for the Rule 5 draft. And even the advanced scouts who are ahead of the team's next scheduled teams and looking at the players' weaknesses and trends and such. With scouts are never recognized. Can you name a scout, really couple scouts who, we know some scouts like Buck O'Neill, Negro League legend, but signed a few Cubs greats and stuff like that. I just mentioned Mike Brito, but not many people know who he is. But other than that, there's scouts are the lifeblood organization, yet they're nameless. They're silent. I think they should at least every year have a scouts award every year. So much of the work they put away and how much franchises rely upon them. Anyways, that's my thought. I don't want to ramble on too much. The video's already 9 minutes long, so I'm going to end it with that. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good night.